I think it's time for me to do a little bit of upgrading because I'm going to need this a little bit more. And I'm going to ask a little more of it. So there's going to be some changes here. I have removed the piston and the projector that were here because since the last video I've done a little bit of changes on the ship. I removed the retractable landing gear that were back here, mostly because of the fact that I wanted to push the center of mass more forward, which that did work. Let's see, yes, you can just barely see it. See the red up there? I installed a projector, much like Drasier mentioned. I had thought about it after I had posted the video where I destroyed the back end here. So I snuck that right behind the build and repair and in between the energy shields. So I'll eventually load whatever ends up being the final design of this ship into that and get it lined up so that next time that I do something stupid like that, I will have a projection that I can weld from. Another thing is, I don't know if you noticed if I did this before or not, but the louvered windows, I put those in place to kind of close up the back end. It's still a lot of hollow space up there, but at least from down here to look up, it looks relatively complete. I mean, this is all just to have that corridor so I can connect to the Traveler and be able to walk in and out of the dropship in space. What else have I done? Oh. You can't see it from here, so I will use my spectator camera, which always seems to be upside down. Ooh! Boy, oh boy. I put a air vent up here on the top. And one of the main reasons why I did that is I have two small modded oxygen tanks, which I think are right there in front of the guns. And if I'm able to keep them full all the time, then the oxygen hydrogen generators that are on each of these nacelles will only focus on filling up the hydrogen tanks and providing the hydrogen. So that event is specifically there to fill up the oxygen tanks, which are full, and this ship is completely sealed. I put some lights on it. I don't know if I'd shown that before or not. Put some lights around the outside. Some cameras. I put some cameras in place. The thing that I want to look at before I start my next little project is don't have an antenna on here, and I don't know. The large grid antenna is so enormous and takes up so much room, and then because of that window right there, I can't like blend it in on the fuselage here because that's using the same block as this angled block here. So because the antenna is 2, I can't do that. And then if I rotate it, I could probably. Yeah. Well, no, wait. Well, then that would mean I would need to put. I might have just come up with something, maybe. Huh. I'll think about it. I would like to have an antenna on here. Let me go back to my spectator camera. Turn on my lights. mean, I've thought about putting a laser antenna up on this top spine, as the Traveler does have laser antennas, so that is an option. Bum, 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 bum. I'll think about it. It's not a necessity just yet. I'll go back to my character now. So the thing that I am wanting to focus on now, I've done enough, you know, what 3-4 episodes now on this ship, building it, modifying it, doing stupid things, repairing it, that I'm going to focus on a few other things now. And one of those things is I believe that it would be in my best interest to not only put 2 large cargo containers on here, but also go to the 5x5 wheels. And in doing that, I also want to put, I don't want to call it a cantilever suspension, but I want to have a setup on here with a rotor that may help in keeping more of the tires in contact with the ground, making it so that I can traverse the terrain over there a lot easier. And then, of course, there's going to be a little thing that I want to make to be able to offload it, not using the connector in the normal way. I want to go back to using the collector. The collector is a neglected block now because, well, we have connectors and we're, you know, transferring things instantaneously. As I'm also going to place a base out here, and I'm gonna keep the design of the base to myself right now, but focus on this. Go out and get some materials, and then I'll start building the base, and we'll go from there. So let me take a look at what I have on my toolbar. Oh, almost forgot. Show you this last little thing here, and then we'll get back to the rover. I needed to have a basic refinery on board. So I removed the bed, I removed this setup that I had over here, and put in this basic refinery. Put this little thing here for safety, because we want to be safe. And then I put in a basic assembler. And that way I can do a lot more than I can just with the survival kit. And it's providing me the same equipment that I had in the dropship prior to this, where I would have a basic assembler and a basic refinery, which would help out significantly in setting up an outpost or a base on a remote place. The only thing that I'm got in the back of my mind is I don't know what I want to do here. I put this block here just to kind of, you know, ferret in a little bit like the way this is over here. But I'm thinking that maybe something should go here. An LCD would be fine, but I'm thinking about putting LCDs up here instead. Let me get something that's a little more, yeah. Thinking about putting LCDs up there instead. But I don't know if I put an LCD down here or put a decorative block or maybe another cargo container. I definitely want to make sure I keep the ship relatively balanced mass-wise. So I don't want to have mass amount of heavy items over here and then have this side be relatively light. So whatever I do over here, I'm probably going to try and do over here as well. Or something to that effect. Is there anything else that I did in here? Anything else? The transparent display, it's pretty. I like it. I purposely put this blue hue here to kind of like not drown out, but kind of make it so that the text stands out a little bit better. But I have a feeling that I'm going to get rid of this just because it might get a little buggy with my eyes, or maybe your eyes, being able to see the rear of the ship through the display, as opposed to it being used maybe like up in the front area here of the cockpit, and you have the artificial horizon on it or something. The vector script is in place, and I have I have a toolbar all set up with the, how shall I say, the suggested layout. So this is going to be the first time I've ever used the vector script, and it's a little daunting just because of all of the different things that I had to put on this toolbar, and I've got a little cheat sheet that I use. It's right in front of me to get used to what they all do. It's one thing I wish that Keen would do on these toolbars is somehow put an ability to state what it is, because with these you can't tell what it is unless you wrote it down. Even if you were to right click it and say run, it's still gonna say it does nothing. So and for all I know, it just started up. So let me take a look back here. No, it's still standby. Okay. Or maybe not. I think that's jetpack, so that would mean that the thrusters might have turned on. Let's make sure the thrusters are off. Yes, they are off. Okay. Whew. So anyway, I'll have to deal with that. I do have resources to inquire to, namely Robin-Shield, because he has such a extensive knowledge and experience with the vector script, and also working with WX10 I think it was, in the development of the script. So if I have any questions, I'll probably inquire to him. It's forewarning for you, Robin-Shield. So now this is what I want to tackle right now. I think this is empty. Yes, it is. How do I want to go about this? So the next thing I think is I'm going to move this over to the drop ship, where I have it illuminated a little bit to make it easier for you to see. Turn on the wheels. Parking brake off. Whoa! Let's take a look at these wheels here. Oh, well, there we go. That's probably why. Go back to about 10%. There we go. That's probably better. Oh, much better. So I guess that'll be a good spot to plop it down. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to put some, well, first let's get rid of some of these things. Get rid of the lights first. I don't want to lose those materials. I know it's just trivial materials, but I still want them. Come on, give me the light. There we go. Get rid of these Gyroscopes. Because I'm going to make a bit of a larger, setup here. Go ahead and just get rid of this stuff right now. Guess I should turn on my lights, shouldn't I? Would make it nice for you to be able to see, wouldn't it? Alright, so that is that. So now what I want to do is I want to raise this up. I'm going to put some pistons into place. Where are those wonderful things? Here we go. And just because I want to make them so that they stand out a little bit, do this, and this. Okay. Come on, build and repair. Take care of them. I sincerely hope that they're going to be tall enough. They probably will be. I get enough room with without having to put the small something or other on there. So the way that this is laid out, up front, I think what I'll end up doing is I will I gotta remember to not tear up the frame. Okay, so pistons. And I don't want them to be too crazy in their speed, so we're just gonna go 0.1. And now I'm gonna reverse them all and see where we set as far as raising this up. Oh, looks like it's gonna be fine. Oh yeah, I can't imagine that not being fine. Be careful, I think. Make sure I'm not gonna I was gonna make sure I'm not going to whatchamacallit? I'll come out with something here in just a second. Make sure that I have enough room in my inventory. Alright, so I just want to put a block here. And a block here, and I've painted them the color of my ignore color. Because I want to remove this block. And that's not what I wanted to have happen. Is this what's happening? Yeah. So, that's exactly what I didn't want to have happen, but I made it happen. Alright, well, it's a waste of time for me to try and rebuild it because, quite frankly, there's going to be enough of it that's going to be different that there's not even don't want to waste my time. I thought that block. Yeah, there's no. Oh, because I ground away the block because it was only a single plate. Yeah. And that's another reason why one should not use the Elite grinder, especially on small blocks. A second. I already have one in my inventory. Here, let me help. Ta-da! Boy, oh boy. Is that gonna do much? Not really. Let me see here. Pull these down here. That should be more than enough. No, I don't want to do that either. Okay, so back to square one. Landing gear. Need a cockpit. Don't forget the right and the left wheels. Might as well throw in the piston. There's gonna be a rotor that's gonna be in there. And there's gonna be a few other things. So, I'm gonna go ahead and place this somewhere in the light. Okay, you need to stop. Off. All this stuff is off. It's probably this freaking thing here that I probably just need to find where it says to stop collecting things. So now you can just sit there and process numbers. Leave my stuff alone. Wait a second. I recall many moons ago And I had built something like this on the Martian surface. And that is like a vehicle building area. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go out just a little bit more. Yeah. Then this guy. And I use this in order to build vehicles in the past. What I will do is I will remove this guy too. And do I have any lights on my selection list here? No, so we'll do this. And I'm just going to put this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. There, see, now we've got a nice bright area to work in. You don't have to worry about the daytime, the nighttime, or anything. Yay. So, I will start with this up here. And I will need to acquire components. So I want to have a couple of those. I think that's all I'll need for now. It's fairly brilliant, isn't it? Let me see. Where do I want to start? I'm going to start back here. I'm not sure how far forward. Yeah, I'm going to put these blocks right about here. This way. So to ensure that it's going to be relatively centered, I'm going to do that. And to make sure that it's going to be kind of in line with the rest of the structure, I'll do that. Eyeball that. Kind of like that. All right. So I'm gonna put that there. I'll put that there. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. I think just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one more block. Now I'm going to start building with the heavy armor blocks. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to... I want an initial brace. So I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to have an initial brace that goes out like that. Is that what I want? Have it 5 wide. Yes, I want to have the frame initially 5 wide because the large cargo containers are going to fit inside of the frame. So then this and that. Three. And here we throw in a little bit of style. So that we can't... No, I put a light armor block there, didn't I? Yep. I want to have a heavy armor block. Heavy armor block. Then... I want to know why this keeps rotating. There is no reason for it to rotate. If I recall correctly, the 5x5 wheels take up a 4x4 mounting location, right? Yes, this is the one I want. 5x5 left. Is that right? Do I have that oriented correctly? No, I don't. There we go. So I want to put that there. Then make sure I've got that oriented right. Looks like I do. Okay. Are they directly across from one another? Yes. Whew. I thought that maybe I might have screwed that up. Alright, so now, in keeping with my design here, I'm trying to be reinforced and all that happiness. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to want to put the cockpit up here. I'm going to use some ignore color, and I'm going to just make these. Let me do it here. Could I have? I guess I could have. Hey! Did I want to put that there? Actually, let me put it farther out. I was about to do something stupid, and I just caught myself. I was going to grind those off, and then, of course, all of those blocks would have been for naught. There we go. That's where I want that. Then I will have a do that to lock that in place. I'll worry about how it looks after the fact. All right, I'm going to turn on the build and repair and see if it decides to do things that I don't want it to do. All right, so I have the basic grinder. This is bothering me. That's all. It's just bothering me. There's no reason for me to worry about it. Just it's bothering me. That's all. Okay. Okay, let's get the get this out of the way so that the tires can get built. Which for some reason are not showing up. see now. I want to put a... I don't know that I would need it, but I'll throw a remote control in there. I'll put a camera in there. Do. Yeah. All right. See how that turns out for now. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to make it less? Well, this is where the pivot point's going to be, so that should be okay where that's at. Just for my own sanity, I just want the 0 to be pointed forward. You know, a nice healthy brace. Bum, 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 bum. Go something different. And before I go any farther, I need to lock those. Rotor, rotor, inertia tensor, rotor lock. 0, 0. And we'll push the rotor displacement out. I don't know why those didn't add wheels. All right, there we go. There's the wheels, they're in place. Boom, 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 boom. I'm making. I'm kind of putting style above function. I should probably pay more attention to it actually functioning first. But, well, I don't know about that. Let me get rid of that real quick. But for some reason, I just want to add a little premeditated styling here. Now, let me see, can I... That is not going to let me do that, so there's just not enough space for it. Jump over, there we go. So here's where my my brain said, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to bum 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 ba da bum ba bum. Alright, what if I do that and that? This and that. Is that what I wanted to do? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Where are those fancy ramps? Alright, so there are those ramps. Don't want those ramps. I want this. Shouldn't need those anymore. Actually, I want to have the... That's armor ramp. Here we go, heavy armor ramp. Well, I don't want to drop down on the ground. Oh, come on! If I run and jump, I'm gonna do nothing but... You know, never mind. I'll just... I can't take it that way. You are killing me. Really, you are. Here, I'm gonna run and jump. What is going on? Run and jump. Jeez. The game is trying to really aggravate me. I want the 3x. There we go. Heavy armor 3. So, how am I going to style this to make it look pretty awesome? So this is the level that those things are going to be on. And I want it to be attached to here and here. So I'm going to put a block there, and a block there, and a block there. Is that what I want to do, or do I want to have them out farther? Nah, we'll go with that for now. Let's see how that looks style-wise. I know I want them to be there like that. So if I do that, okay. Then if I do that. Okay. Oh. If I did something like that. Yeah, this is I'm paying more attention to to the way it looks and instead of how it functions. You know what? Just to be on the safe side here. These guys. Have I taken care of these guys? I have not taken care of that one. I've not taken care of that one. There's that one. There's that one. Okay, so there's that. I do this and this. That'll help hold it over, I guess. Yeah. That's acceptable, I guess. So then, left 5 by 5. Make sure I've got it oriented correctly. Boom. Boom. And then I want the right 5 by 5. There we go. They're a little bit wider on purpose. I don't know if this is going to work out the way I'm thinking or not, but All right. Handbrake on, off. And I might as well drop it. Can I get out from under it? Yep. Are those the 5x5s? I mean, they're 5x5s. They just don't look as big as I thought they would be. Huh. Alright, well, hey, that's the way it is. Okay, so then I want to... While I'm here, these rotors. Let me go... Rotor... I don't know which one that is, so I'm just gonna... Oh. No, no, no. Now I can't type. So, rotor lock is off. Inertia tensor I will leave on. Torque, I'm going to decrease that. Let me go to there. A hundredth of what it was. And let's go minus 15, plus 15. No velocity. And I think if you shut them off is when they just flop about. And I want to say that I want to pull these in nice and tight. And I don't know if this is going to work, but hey, it's worth a try. And I don't know how I was planning on doing this in here. But I'm going to get some blocks here in place so that I can locate the cargo containers. Can't run while you're crouched. Hey, 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 hey! Wrong button. I'll go with light gray. I don't need the landing gear on there anymore, so... Do I... Okay, there's not enough room there. Is there enough room there? There is. Well, this brace was only temporary to hold things in place. So I will once again, use the ignore color. Give a temporary mounting place for this, and I didn't need to do that. I will put, all right. Yeah. Okay, you're killing me here. So now I need to secure this in place. Well, that was a bad spot to secure it in place with, because that's... Oh boy. Alright, I need to put a... I need to put a connector on the back here, because I'm gonna delete that. Let me see here. Put a connector here. This'll hold it in place. Then I can go ahead and just grind this stuff away.